Hi, it's Millie. I thought I'd show you some flower care tips today. Today I'm going to use some beautiful lisianthus. I'm going to give you some tips on how to look after your roses, and there's a little trick with sunflowers that you may never have known about, which I'm going to tell you about. So when you're getting a bunch of flowers at home, you've always got to have a beautiful clean vase. So if you've used it the last time and you've just emptied the water out, what you need to do is get the bacteria outside of the vase. So give it a little clean with a bit of bleach and keeps it nice and fresh for your flowers. So when you get your flowers home, what you need to do is make sure you clean all the stems and all the leaves out of the water line. So I'm going to use these beautiful lisianthus. You can just pluck it off if you don't have beautiful secateurs. Just plucking away. And just make a little bunch. You can mix your flowers, it doesn't matter. The only thing you can't mix with flowers is stone fruit. Stone fruit will kill your flowers. So if you've got a beautiful vase of flowers sitting in your kitchen table and you've got a beautiful bowl of peaches right next to it, you're going to better believe that those flowers are going to die quicker than anything that you've ever seen. It's not because the flowers are old or anything like that, but stone fruit actually releases an ethylene gas, which actually kills flowers. They're not friends. So when we bring flowers up from interstate and things like that, we're going to make sure that they're not on any trucks, cool trucks, with any stone fruit or anything like that, so we can ship them around so we've got longevity in the flowers. So if you didn't know that, now you do. So just cut it down, leaves off, nice and clean. Just keep your heads roughly the same size. And lisianthus are beautiful. Did you know a beautiful fresh bunch of lisianthus could last you 2 to 3 weeks? They're actually a really long lasting flower. And we're just going to lay them around in your hand. Take into consideration the height of your vase. So just making that nice and nice and nice. So if you're lucky enough, you will get some flower food with your flowers. A flower food is this guy here. Do not give it to your children. This is not a condom. It's not going to protect them, but it's going to save your flowers. So this little guy is flower food. You're just going to snip off the top. It gives you instructions on the back here. It's little granulated food. That's made up of like an antibacterial bleach. It's got sugar in it. It's got a little bit of citrus in it. Those ingredients there give a longevity to your flowers. If you had a spoon, you'd swirl it around and then you'd wash your spoon off. So just make sure that dissolves. Happy days. Just going around the base. I'm going to use some of the foliage at the top. Nearly there. And so you've got a big old woolly bunch of lisianthus that you want to use in a vase. Just cut it down to the sizes that you're wanting. And then you'll have a beautiful, elegant bunch of flowers in your house that will last for weeks and weeks, as long as you treat it nicer than not next to your peaches. So in it goes in your vase, and that's looking beautiful. Now there's plenty of buds on that lisianthus, so that's going to keep on blooming. It's very, very beautiful. So lisianthus is one really long-lasting flower. All flowers will need, when you're cutting them, is to cut them on an angle. So what that happens is, if you've got your vase here with the base, and you've got your stem, I'll just grab one of these. If I was to cut a flat stem, pop it in the vase, see how that's sealed on the bottom? The water can't get up. That flower is going to fall over. It's not because it's the flower's fault. The flower's probably fresh. What it can't do is suck any water up to his beautiful little head. So to save that from happening, you're cutting that on an angle. So as it hits the bottom there, it's actually got room for the water to go up the stem, and it's going to hold it in place. That's a super important tip. Cut on an angle, number one. Number two, flower food. If you don't get any flower food, you can make your own flower food at home. Bleach, sugar, a little bit of citrus. If you've got some lime juice or some lemon juice in your fridge, you can use that. If you've got lemonade and you don't have any of those other things, a bit of bleach and a bit of lemonade, because there's sugar in lemonade and there's lemon in lemonade, so you can use that, which is also good. Just pop that in there. Also, next tip, every 1 or 2 days, you need to clean out your water. Otherwise you're going to get funky, funky water. You're going to throw it over yourself because karma is instant and it's going to stink it up. So down the drain with the water, fill it up nice and fresh, give your vase a little bit of a clean, put your flowers in and they will last for a long time. So, did you know roses? Sometimes you get a rose and they go like this as soon as you buy them. Do you know the reason why that happens? It's because once a rose hits the open air, the bottom of his stem actually seals. The air starts to seal the bottom of the stem. So that's when you get the advice of always cut your flowers before you put them in a vase because it stops them from drinking once the air seals the stem. That way water can't actually go up. But it also doesn't just seal the stem, it actually starts sucking air because our rose is a thirsty flower. Starts sucking air up the stem and it stops it from drinking, and the little head, she's going to fall over like this. So to stop that from happening is a really easy tip. You're going to take them home, you're going to put your kettle on, you're going to boil the kettle in a non-glass vase, in a tin pot or in your saucepan or something like that. Put the boiling water in the vase beside you. That's it, got the clean water, it's got the flower food in. It's actually a really cool experiment to watch. If you've even got some roses at the moment that are drooping over like this, you can fix that. So you're going to cut your roses on an angle. You've boiled your kettle, you've got the boiling water there in a tin pot beside you. You're going to sit your rose stems about 5 centimetres into the water and you're going to hold them there for 60 seconds. Sing your favourite song, look at the TV for 60 seconds, scroll through your Facebook for 60 seconds. Then once you actually, if you look into the pot, you'll actually see the little air bubbles shooting out the bottom of the flower. You'll see the stem just going, little air bubbles coming out. You know you're doing the right thing, you're getting the air out of the stems. Then after 60 seconds, you pop them in your fresh water and you watch your little heads start to go back up to normal. That's a really good, interesting rose tip. Roses do that a lot. So, and because they're imported, a lot of them are imported, they all do it. Local, import, you name it. If there's air on the stem, they're going to stop drinking faster. So remember to do that. The other flower that actually needs that boiling on the stem is a sunflower. Sunflowers drink a lot. If they're starting to wilt, that means there's too much air in their stem and they can't get the water up to their heads. Their heads are quite heavy. So once again, cut their stems, boiling water for 60 seconds and then into nice cold water, and you watch that little baby just come alive. He'll just start drinking and he'll be happier than anybody on a Friday afternoon who knocks off from work. I hope you enjoyed those tips.